Amen. And I'm talking to us this morning on what I call, is it the time? This book, this Don't Lose Your Stuff, I taught it way back in Awoshi, when I said prophetically that a time is coming when people will look for members of bridge ministries to employ. Why? Because members will have a sense of faithfulness and a sense of loyalty and commitment that people will want to use them. And I remember teaching on this principle so much that a lot of people got jobs. And it got to a stage when you said you are from Bridge, it was like it was a go for you. Because some of the teachings I did, we were playing it on Sunny FM and Channel R, which made a lot of people know what is happening in the church. But I wonder if as we are moving on in this generation, some are still picking up that character or not. Now, in the book of Hebrews chapter 11, verse number 21, Hebrews 11, verse number 21, let's read it together. Go. By faith, Jacob, when he was dying, blessed each of the sons of Joseph, worshipped, leaning on top of his staff. Now let's underline that one. He was leaning on top of his what? Now he did three things. Four things. Number one, Jacob did it by faith. By faith, Jacob, that is faith. When he was dying, number two, he blessed. Faith, he blessed. The next one, he worshipped. And the cause of all these things was because he had a staff he was leaning upon. Amen. Your amen is no good at all. Amen. Your amen is no good at all. Amen. Now, when we say a staff, what is a staff? Now, I have to do dictionary. These days, I'm doing dictionary because a lot of you, if you came to my leaders meeting, I said, when we were growing up, we didn't just read Bible. We read Bible with dictionary. But these days, too no. People just read and they quote and they don't even understand what is being written. Because you see, English or Greek and Hebrew is not your language. So you need to really understand certain words. So what is a staff? Now, if I ask, where is Minister Andrew? Andrew, what is a staff? Musically. Good. He will explain a staff in a music. What is a staff in music? It's a script. The lines in which it is written on which you will write your tones upon. So without those tones, there are five. There are lines, there are five. Music akra. And there's the J clef and the F clef. And the J clef and the F clef is written to symbol high or low. Okay, good. So that's why they write mi do mi re ti re do la do so do ti. Can we go? Where? Mi do. Mi re ti re do la do so do ti re ti re do mi so re fa mi so la so mi fa mi do re do. I should give you another song. Do mi re do fa mi. Do mi re do fa re mi so fi no fa fi so mi la so fa mi re do ti mi re do ti do. So, without a staff, you can't read music. Music leans upon the staff. Are you understanding me? It rests upon a staff. Can we move on? Yeah. If you go to businesses and they also mention staff, it's another meaning. But you see, whether the staff was for music, or the staff was for office, or the staff was a walking stick, it all talks about somebody leaning upon a thing for support. How many of you understand me here? The music notes needs the staff for you to be able to read. Oh, are you with me? And the older people use walking stick, which they call a staff. I'm not talking to somebody. Now, in the dictionary, a staff is a strong stick held in the hand that is used as a support when walking, and also, listen carefully, as a weapon or a symbol of authority. So if you go to Nigeria and you see these Igwes walking with a staff, it is not just a staff. If you look at the staff carefully, you see that if the Ochiame is coming, Ghana here, if he's coming with a staff, if you look at the head of the staff, you will know the power which the person holds. It's like the policeman's belt, ropes. Oh, amen? Am I teaching you something here? Yes. Are you learning? Yes, so, in life, nobody can go very far without a staff. Your life will become meaningless without staffs. Now, those of you who came for a leaders meeting on Friday, I taught you about Paul saying that everybody has forsaken me. Demas is gone. Alexander the coppersmith is gone. It's only Luke which is with me. So when you are coming, please take with you John Mark. He is profitable for my ministry. Now, that person he was calling for, Paul was simply saying, he's somebody I can lean upon. Look at somebody and say, can I lean on you? These days, you can't get people you can lean on till old age. It is impossible. So I'm getting afraid for the future because every young person doesn't want to be leaned upon. So if you don't have a testament of somebody leaning on you, who will you talk to lean on you tomorrow when you are old? Now, I've done my own research. I did it as a man of God, but you can also do it in businesses. Every successful church, especially in Africa, in Europe, I can even talk about Kenneth Copeland and Co., is a church that have their staff or the people the man of God work with still aligned after 20, 30 years. Living Faith, Bishop Waya the Post Church, he and his associate has been working for about 30 years. Pastor Chris Oyakilomi and his associates have been there for about 30 years. Bishop Dagwood Mills has been with his associate for about 30 years. That is something to tell you. Look at the kind of ministry they have. Most big companies that is doing very well with, if you go there, you meet people who will tell you that we've been working here all our life. I like the way you are quiet. These days, there is no, pardon my English, maybe they'll have to use another synergy. I can just look at Paul, a patriarch about to die in prison, and is calling for his former staff. Come and work. Come. But the Bible said Jacob, even though his eyes were dim, he was old, he leaned on the staff. Now, if you read this Jacob very well, in my book, I said something. Let's look at Genesis 32, verse 10. When Jacob, if you read the Bible, when Jacob was blessed by his father, please, are you getting me? I'm getting somewhere. In Genesis 28 or so, I've forgotten, when his father blessed him, his brother Esau chased him And everything he had, his diary that he was going to use in marrying, his what again? His bread and water, thank you. Everything they gave him, the goat and the sheep, all fell down the valley. And Jacob could not go down and pick it. Because if he goes, the Esau will kill him. The only thing he had in his hand was a staff. The only thing he had in his hand was what? Let me tell you this. In life, if everybody disappears from you and you have a staff, you have made it. You see, let me tell you this. God said, I have a plan in Bible that if everybody leaves you and you are left with God, you can make a shut up. You are talking from an ignorant position. God said in Genesis 2:18, it is not good for man to be alone. And that time, let me tell you, even that time, God, the only human being on earth was man and God alone. Now we are over 20-something billion, and everyone is getting God's attention. Even that time, God said it is not good to be alone. So don't be deceived and think that if you have God alone, you can break through. Look at someone and say, I need you, you need me. You are quite powerful. Oh, I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody. You see, most of you, when people who say I don't need anybody, they are young. When they grow, they know. When you grow, old men who live long lean on sticks. Oh, am I talking to somebody here? I wish I had a walking stick to use. But God said it is not good. Look at it. It's not good to be alone. Now, can I ask you a question? That time, had Adam backslided? No. Was he a sinner? No, he had a relationship with God. But God still said, you can't be alone. Let me get somebody to help you. And I know that, yes, in this context, it was marital. But just what I'm trying to tell you is that God made it in such a way that everybody needs somebody. Let me tell you this. Without anything that your eye will see, your eye is blind. Because everything that God made is made for connection. If you don't hear anything, your ear is at fault. If you don't see anything, you are blind. Am I talking to somebody here? What is the use of a doctor if people are not sick? Get your master's or whatever specialist in whatever, and nobody has that sickness. Am I talking to somebody here? Look, I'm going to teach you how to make it in life. Amen. You need to get this book by hook or crook. If I say hook or crook, you understand. Come what may. Can I go on? Can I go on? Do you know that what business, whose business should I use as an example? Who? Lazarus. They say I should use you as an example. What are the businesses you do? Kenke business. Yes, I do honey. I do slippers. You pastor. Insurance. Can you do all this alone? No. You see, don't be too arrogant. Without those people, you are poor. The funny thing is that when God wants to bless you, he doesn't give you money. He brings you people. Listen, a blessed man is a man who has people. Because if God blesses you, that the whole world, or the whole Ghana, or the plane that come to Kotoka, you should feed it with kenke. To be very frank, they will sack you in 1 week because you alone can't make kenke. Who will do the shit? If you like, resign from all the business, pastor, and say you will do kenke, and you feed every plane that comes with kenke. And they say each plane, 100 balls of kenke. It will be a curse. A lot of the things we call curse is because we don't have people in our life. I don't want to push the message. I don't want to push them. I'll give you more examples as we go on. I'll give you more examples as we go. Jacob went went to marry, and the only thing he had in his hand was a staff, a walking stick, a staff. Look at someone and say, can I depend on you as a staff? The only thing Jacob had was a staff. That was all he had. He traveled. Actually, he didn't have any changes of clothes. The Bible says he stepped on a stone. But by the time he had been with Laban for 14 years or 21 years and was returning, look at what he said in Genesis 32:10. He said what? Oh, Genesis 32:10. He said, I am not worthy of the least of all thy mercies. He was talking to God. And of the truth which you have shown yourself. For I crossed over this Jordan with my staff. And now I have become two companies. He has become two big businesses. But he started with a staff. And the Bible said when he was dying, he still leaned upon the staff. Do you know what is leaning? When you lean on something, it means that without them, you are down. These days, people can tell you, trust me, I'll be there. You lean. When they see that you are very weak, now that you are catching me. Don't fall down. And I keep telling you that being a second, being a third, being a servant doesn't mean you must be poor. No. You see, the mentality we've put in... I was listening to something on Sunny FM and it got my attention. They said they were giving us some of the hymns that were sung, and they said that during those days, the white man taught the black man that God doesn't like black people. He only likes white. And God created the black people as servants. And so white people are blessed and they are supposed to rule and do everything. So one black man wrote a song. Pass me not, O gentle Savior, hear my humble cry. While others, the others is the white. While now others thou art calling, do not pass me. And I think that mentality has been translated from our grandfathers to us. That when you are a servant, you are poor. No. Am I teaching somebody here? A foolish servant will always be poor. Let me teach you something. When Jacob was serving his uncle Laban, let me show you. He served 7 years for first wife. They did him 419. He worked again 7 years. Ladies, don't mind the men who tell you that due to circumstances they can't marry you. They didn't want to marry you. 7 years, they swindled the guy. He worked again 7 years, got what he wanted. 14 years, one woman. These days, men can't wait for 2 years. When if you want to marry someone, the family say no, no, no. So because your family say no, no, I also say no. Instead of you staying back, fighting, praying, not being disobedient, trying to see if God will make a way one day. Maybe because your status at that time, you are not making it, things are not so well. Go and work hard, prevail yourself. When life is better, a job will open. You say, you know, they don't believe me, they don't trust me. If they don't believe you, the woman believes you. And you are not marrying the family, you are marrying the woman. Maka. When you hear say the family say, they may preach you. Can we go on? Where was I crying before this one came in? Where was I, sweet? 14 years for one woman. Now she has to work for 7 years to even have all his work he worked was for woman. No, 14 years. Now he doesn't even have Pioto. He doesn't have anything. He's now beginning life over again. And he's working for another 7 years. And you know what he told his boss? When he finished marrying 7 for the 14th and got the woman he needed, he went to his boss, Genesis chapter 30, verse 27, and told his boss that I resign. These days, if somebody comes to tell you that I resign, you are happy. Because you always wanted to sack. But you didn't know how. Or true or false? Some of you, before you tendered in your resignation, they have written it and it's hidden. The day you write, then they hide down, they write, accept. When Jacob said, I resign, let's read. Give me my wives and my children for whom I have served you, and let me go. For you know myself, which I have done for you. Now, can you be bold enough to put your hands on your chest and tell the one you're working with that you know I've worked hard? Now, if you say you work hard, this is the proof. This is the proof. Verse 27. Look at what is the wicked boss who make this guy. That is his nephew, Seniso. Ebushwenio. Uncle. His uncle. His father's brother. This is what he did to him. Family marriage, there's something cool. Laban said to him, please stay. Wait, I resign. Say, hey, okay, please. Whatever we have done, forgive us. Stay. Listen, if I have found favor in your eyes, for I have learned by experience that the Lord has blessed me for your sake. Now the guy was saying that since you joined this company, we have moved from 17 to 27. We have moved from this level to this level. Now, what input have you invested in where you are working? Such that the day you say you resign, the whole office have to go for a board meeting and say, please. I say, I want to resign because I think they are looking for somebody. If they are looking for somebody before you resign, you are incompetent. When I was working, before I moved into this ministry, you are sleeping in my church. Wake him up. It's too erroneous. I left. When I left, it wasn't too long. I think either Queen Elizabeth or somebody came to Ghana. They came back and said, come to work. Come and assist us. I was still doing God's work. But the truth is that some of you, since you left your former place, they don't even look for you. Actually, when you are coming, they say, lock the door. He's coming. Are you here or you are not here? Now, Jacob worked so hard. Now, he was not working for a stranger. He was working for an uncle who was wicked. And let me tell you this. One of the most difficult people to work for is family. True of us. True. Family means familiar. Me wafa ninti we dey say me wafa. Especially oya sanchini dey na say me kwa say. Wafa so dey who am na media deal. If you die, I go chop your property. So you know, if you misbehave, crowd poison you, so I go chop am. Please stay. Can I have a message to this? Not, he didn't say stay. Aquano, the boss, why you too straight? I said, please. Or the priest account. If you please, have learned through divine inquiry that God has blessed me because of you. If you the next verse, he told him, name your wages. What pay do you want? You decide. Is the salary too small? The truth is that, you see, if you are paying you 2 cedis, can we make it 10 cedis? Please, don't go. Because, you, the day you say you leave, if your replacement is better than you, you were a failure.
Thank you, sir.
I like the way you are quiet. So name your wages. I will pay. Ebeyo, may you receive this favor. But it comes with hard work. You didn't anoint yourself.
I'm doing it to Daddy.
can even tell you, okay, it's true that you have to go, but can you pass by anytime you are free? Can you be coming over to work? But I love this one. Name your wages, I will pay. Hey, where in the world would this happen? Where you work, would it happen? Name your wages. I can now say that actually I've worked for the past 21 years and I don't even have a car, I don't have a house, I don't have a place to place my head, and business is going on based on my input and my output. I mean, this business, when we started, I realized that we only had one company. Now we have 24 companies spread through all over the world. And with the 24 companies, you know the data and the statistics. I bring in an income to the company of about $50 million per week. And based on this and that, I think that if you give me $2 million, it is too small. What do you think? You just name what comes in through you, 50, and just name only 2 million. Now the office is, do we lose 50? Or we lose 2 and maintain 48? Come on. Most often when people are working for people, they assume that they are working for them, but they don't know that they are working for themselves. Do you know that the average worker spends 50% of his life working? The most funny one is when you start working at 20 and you retire at 60. It means you have labored more than 60% of your life. Am I teaching you? Yes, sir. Are you sure you are here? You've gone home. Yes. Do you know that when you work at a place and you keep changing, every year you keep changing work, when you keep changing, you don't have benefits? Yes. Yeah. The benefits are given to people who have accumulated themselves in a particular place. So some people, they work and work and work. Every season they change. Every season they change. Every season they change. By the time they retire, they tire without any benefit. I think I'm not teaching you well. Why are you so quiet? I told a story in this book about 3 people who work in a company. The world has become a small village, so I'm not mentioning the company's name. If you want to know, come and see me, I'll tell you the company. It's a very company we know. We drink their soft drinks every day. They like to do a lot of adverts. There's O in their name and there's C in their name. And there's even L in their name. The rest is up to you to decide. Whilst we were working in the company started running down financially. So the boss decided to sack everybody because there was nothing to give anybody. The company was going down. And one person said, Otilo, bye-bye. I can't waste my time in this business. It's gone down. There's no hope. The person disappeared. Then the next person said, as for me, I'm entitled to what I'm entitled to. I won't leave. I'll still take my pay because I'm giving my whole life here. The third person said, what I can do is that I will work without salary. But every salary you are supposed to pay me must end up becoming a share in the business so that we become joint owners. So don't pay me. Well, one went home to start life. One stayed to receive pay from his colleague. And one was always working with no salary. So at the end of the month, the other colleague, they are friends, goes home, picks a car. The other one who has no salary struggles to walk home. Gradually, the company sprang up, has become internationally known, and they went for a board meeting, and when they went for board meeting, guess what? The co-owners were there. The one who had the product and the one who lived his whole life for the company. They all lived. They were having a board meeting. Come and see who enters. The one who has been taking salary said, I began with you people. We all began. Why is it that you are all honest and you are making big money and I was here with you from the beginning and you don't want to share with me? They said you were taking salary. You have chopped all your dividends. You have spent everything that came. I am a co-owner because even what should have been given me was used in paying you. There are two people who go and look for a job. Those who look for a job because of money and those who look for a job because they want to assist a work. Those who look for a job because of money, they disappear very soon. They don't last. It's in the book. Can we go on? Yes, Pastor. Then the third person who left, now poor, I'm sure he was using a walking stick. A staff came over, said, hey, hello, they greeted him, how are you? So, can you employ me? He said, okay, where is your certificate? He said, oh, you know, me and you were all classmates. What certificate do you have? We all didn't really finish school. And even you are director, you are this, and me, so give me some manager. And unfortunately, people who are so useless, the way they like posts. People who are so useless, the way they like position. I don't know why incompetent people like post. I don't know why that thing came from. Look at someone and say, Pastor is not talking about you. He's talking about me. Guess what? He still wanted to rub shoulders with his colleagues, forgetting the sacrifice others have made to put, you see, position is not given to people who are there. Position is given to people who can sacrifice or who are sacrificing. Are you with me or you've gone somewhere else? Look at somebody sitting by you and say, don't sleep, cry, because this one, I know it is your deliverance. Wake somebody up and say, it's your deliverance. Amen. Look at someone and say, can I be your staff? Let's continue the story. The fact that we were classmates doesn't mean we are workmates. As a classmate is different. That's why when we finish school, me, when I finish, some of my colleagues, some of my juniors are even attorney generals. Yesterday, the friend who came was telling some of my colleagues who are now professors in certain places. I didn't even know they were professors. I said, hey, this person, hey, this one is the manager. I said, hey, this one is the this. I said, hey, I said, hey, this one is the lawyer here. I said, hey. They said, do you know that one that I knew it? Do you know the lawyer Ephraim? I said, yeah, I was in the class with him. He was Tahoda's lawyer. I said, hey, he saw this. Everybody's making it. Master, we were classmates. But we are no longer workmates. Because we went to class, but we all went for a different purpose. And our purpose are define who we are. And who we are will define our level of respect. Don't go to your colleague's office and say, hey, no, you're not with the school, you party, so make you employ me. You are a fool. Employment doesn't come by class. And some of you, to be very frank, you can't even go to a place. Pride will not even allow you to go to your classmate and say, Master, I do suffer, can you give me a job? And they give you a job in the office as his personal assistant. The way he will send you alone will tell you that you don't like the job. Can you imagine your colleague in class that you knew used to teach him maths? You tell yourself that, please, let me remain in my corner. Oh, do you know that your class? Can I continue? I have learned by experience that since you joined me, the business is going. Now name your salary. What do you want? We know the story. Jacob was a smart man. He started telling him when he came how many flocks he had and how the business has prospered. And he told him, I don't even need anything from you. All I need is that. He also came with a personal vision connected to the main vision.
That's right.
He said, give me the speckled of all the flocks you have. Laban looked at the whole bridge. Everybody was fair. Nobody was dark. He said, oh, feel free. Choose. Nobody was black and white. Before you knew, Jacob had made people pour them skin. See, the people were black. Before the new people had half face fair, half face dark. Look at somebody and say, why are you here? You are quiet too. What the person say? What the person say? In 1 Samuel chapter 14, the story is told about a man by name Jonathan, whose father said they can't fight, because that time the anointing was being lifted from his father gradually. And so his son Jonathan decided to go to war. And so Jonathan called his armor bearer. And I said, a staff is anybody you can lean on. And one of the things about armor bearer is that an armor bearer is somebody you can lean on. And most often, if the person you lean on fails you, you are in big trouble. So Jonathan told his people, give me from verse 6, please. Let's read together. So then Jonathan said to the young man who bore his armor, listen, you can be around your office, a boss, a person, doing everything for him, but not doing what he wants. And it's not what you do that gets paid, it's what he wants that gets paid. You are quiet. Praising the Lord. Then Jonathan said to the young man who bore his armor, come, let us go over the garrison of those uncircumcised. It may be that the Lord will work for us, for nothing restrains the Lord from saving by many or by few. Wait, a whole army, everybody hear me, a whole army, they said they can't go and fight the Philistines. Jonathan tells his armor bearer, the one who carries his armory, let us go, the two of us alone, and go and fight. How many of you will go? Okay. The whole bridge, all of us, we couldn't build this building. And the man of God said, I need just you. Can we build together? Say, hey, if everybody could not look, and sometimes some of you don't reason before you talk. And let me tell you this, I'll get to it. When you are talking to your boss and he asks you a question, answer straight yes or no first before you explain. I'll get there. Your explanation shows how foolish you are. Yes and no immediately shows your position fast. If you're a fool, he knows you're a fool. He will tell you to keep quiet from any further explanation which could make the case worse. Then you explaining yourself to reduce yourself to a non-entity before you say, so actually, now I say yes. Are you coming to the office to work? As a matter of fact, as you must know, this and this and this and that, the question has still not been answered. If you were to say yes, maybe the person will say bye-bye. If you were to say no, then the person will say why. Then you are now going to have the ability to explain. Sometimes the person doesn't need your explanation. But another problem with all of us, we assume that because the person is asking, the person wants to know everything. And it is not true. If you are not a boss, you don't understand what I'm saying. I'll get deeper, don't worry. This is just the surface. Some of the things I'm saying, you might not find it in the book because I always don't keep everything in the book. Look at the answer his armor bearer gave in verse 7. And I love this answer. So his armor bearer said to him, do all that is in your heart. Go then, here I am with you, according to your heart. Wait, not according to his heart. Now, give me original King James, please. Let's read. And his armor bearer said unto him, do all that is in the heart. Turn thee, behold, I am with thee, according to your heart. Give me a message or NIV. Who wants a copy of the book? Let's read. Read, go. Read it again. Hey, since when did rich people didn't know how to read? Let's go. Go. This was I was looking for, with you with heart and soul. You see, let me give you the difference between heart and soul is the person is with you. Not the person who says he's with you and you are going. Wouldn't you help? Okay. He's going. You know that you have to carry this thing. But because what he said, you don't agree, but you agree with him, so you are going. See that you are still carrying. Normally, this person would have carried it. He said, oh, carry it. Carry it. You see that the person doesn't show any excitement. The person doesn't show any vigor. The person doesn't show any enthusiasm, but he's following. But the guy said, I am with you, heart and soul. A soul is an emotion. It is expressed. Now hear me. And know how they won the war? Know how they won the war? Please go. Oh, who can be my armor bearer for now? Who will act? Well, Daniel, this is embarrassing. Go down. Know what they did? Jonathan, don't lie down. Be a horse. Jonathan sat on, read your Bible, sat on him. And his armor bearer, he gave his armor bearer a knife, a sword. And he also had a sword. And know what he did? When Jonathan kills at the top, and he goes down. He also finished them down. Let's go. Fire! 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 Guess what? They won the war as two men. And came back, and Saul was still sitting down, taking plans, statistics, calculating how do we break through this barrier? How do we go through this thing? But you see, okay, let's see. Jonathan climbed up using his hands and feet with his armor bearer right behind him. The Philistines fell before Jonathan, and his armor bearer followed and killed him behind him. I'm sure the Philistines will say, what kind of strategy is this? Is it Kung Fu or Jackie Chan? Which kind of machinery are these people coming in? Before Israel knew, 2 people have finished the Philistines. They have come. And his father has even brought a curse on all Israel. He said, whoever is today, because we can't fight these people. I'm thinking about how we should fight, so everybody should fast. Read your Bible. Everybody in Israel was fast. He said, nobody should even taste, and not even an animal. Jonathan came and he said, oh. And that is one thing also. I'm not supposed to go there. That's what made Jonathan die, because he disobeyed his father. He said, cursed be anybody who eats, because today we must fight a way of defeating these Philistines. When Jonathan came, they told him that the father said nobody should. He said, Master Jai, we finished the war. He dipped his staff in the honey and he ate. But because he was a king's child, nobody could touch him. But his father has already pronounced his judgment. And this is where I would say the fathers, when children misbehave in our anger, let's not open our mouth to speak against them. Are you here? You gone home? A child is supposed to misbehave. Finito. Adult don't misbehave. If you're an adult and you misbehave, you must be crucified. Am I teaching you Bible? Are you thinking? I am with you. You can't be with a man without your emotions. And when your heart is with a person, it is seen in your attitude. You come to work today, you don't come tomorrow, you are there, and as if you are not there, and when it is 4 o'clock, you are packing your things, I see somebody is sacking you. You have closed in advance in your brain. You are just waiting for a letter. It's just that without this salary, you can't have your life. So you are waiting. If a door should open now, you disappear. Years ago, somebody decided to sponsor people to go and watch World Cup. Rich people. How many people? Is it 10? I sent Pastor David. He did it for everybody to go. Minus he himself. He didn't go. So the one who sent said, I've bought tickets. Where was I crying? South Africa. Linda, did you go, Sam? You were part of those who went to South Africa. Interesting, most of the people went to South Africa on the expense of the church. Most of them are not in the church again. Master, never think that your goodies you give to people is the reason they stay with you. And look, my experience has taught me, people you spend time on and energy and resources on are they that leave you often. One guy cried that since the day they went to South Africa to watch the World Cup and came, he never stepped in church again. Because somebody made him angry. And interesting, he was not even in headquarters. We picked him from our branch in Ebri to follow us. There was even one church member who gave visa money to somebody and the person chopped. And when he heard that the first badge was gone, she didn't go. She came to see me crying. I just did a call. And they said, okay, nurses are going and doctors are going to attend to the Ghanaians in the World Cup, to attend to them. So they will put her on a private jet because of me, so that she will join them. She too, as soon as she landed, she stopped church. He's still a better place than you people. Yeah. Because it was private jet. They came with doctors. Let's go on. Hold on. Please. Sometimes people think that paying people big salary, giving them numerations like car, houses, and co. will make them stay. It's not true. If the heart is not with you, there is nothing you can give to a person that will make a person stay with you. Oh, you are quiet, pal. Hello? Hi. Hey, hello? Hi. Am I teaching well? Yes. I'm teaching you such that when you are employed by a boss, they will beg you to stay. How can Pastor Daniel be working with that certificate. And they pay him, give him brand new car, tear rubber. And his head over head doesn't play with him. He calls him one-on-one. If he gets angry, he'll call him and say, oh, is everything okay? Is your wife okay? Is everything okay? And I'm going to teach you certain things that if you do when you enter an office, you will die prematurely. You'll be sacked before the end of the month. They are paying you, but because they are paying you because they don't have your replacement. I'll teach you. You can't find it in my book. That one is me and you. I say it's not anything I write in my books. Because a lot of people are thieves. Me, myself, I'm a thief. So I know thieves. I listen to message and I turn it. We were at a service, me and Pastor David. When the man of God finished preaching, all the men of God said that they are all going to preach the same thing. The first time they will say that the pastor preached it. The second time they will say that they heard it from somewhere. And the third one they will say they know. That is how people do these days. So can we go on? As we are now right now, somebody will go to YouTube, pick this message and also preach it next week and say, I was there and the Lord spoke to me. But they are not lying. Because me too, I'm a man of God, so the Lord is speaking to them. Can we go on? Now, finally, the man who sent them to South called me, very angry. Where is Pastor David? I said, he's here with me. He didn't go. I said, no. Why? I said, please talk to him. Pastor David said, I have a lot of work to do. I have to be by my boss because he will need my service, so I didn't go. When the man came back, the man called him. He was ready to pay him how much? $3,500 just to work for him. Because you can't find such people anywhere. Some of you, if somebody gives you a better deal than where you are, you will disappear. I said Jacob leaned as an old man on a staff, still worshiping God, blessing his children. These days, no old man has a staff. Old men die before they think of using walking stick. And don't forget that if there are no walking stick, you too, you will be an old man one day. Can we go on? Where was I? Oh, I was on Jonathan. I am with you. How? Body, soul. I am with your heart. Whatever you decide. It's something people enter an office, enter a company, and they want to change the company. Are you okay? And not just change, they want to bring revolution. Are you former President Rawlings? Revolution, revo. Aluta country. You just arrive, you want to do Aluta. You enter an office and you start finding out how much do they pay you. How much do they pay you? You know, in my former office, people like you, they receive this. Hey, you are doing very well. Oh. So you are taking 200 Ghana. In my former office, common messenger, 1,005. Hey. That is your duty. You didn't come to work. You came to create confusion. And sometimes people too are so ungrateful. They will not tell you that even though they take 200, they have certain benefits they get that other places don't get. They won't tell you. They won't tell you. Oh, are you with me? Yes, some people take 1,500. But even though they take 1,500, they are sitting on tenterhooks. You are not here, so let me continue somewhere. Oh, amen. Amen. Your amen is not good at all. Amen. Look at someone and say, are you here? You are not here. The next one I want to talk about is Wafa Gehazi. He used to be my cousin, but I decided he can't be my friend again. You know Gehazi? It's called Papani. Oh, another name for Gehazi is Papani. Second Kings chapter 5. Let me tell you this. Before we get to the nitty-gritty of the Second Kings chapter 5, verse number 26, before we get there, Elisha sent his servant with a staff. Hear me carefully. He sent his servant with a staff. I said a staff is a human being. It's not just a walking stick. Do you all agree to that?
Yeah.
In my book, I said when we went to school, there was a place called Staff Common Room. And a Staff Common Room was for all teachers to sit and talk. If you are not a teacher, they see you there, they sack you. It's for staff. And if you go to any major office, they say for staff only. Like if I see you in this small studio, you are in trouble with me. It's for only staff. If you can't go there. If I see you there, you are a thief by force. It's only staff. Can I hear an amen? Amen. Can we go on? Elisha gave his staff to Gehazi. Go and raise a dead body with other prophetic direction. Don't talk to anybody. Don't pass left. Don't pass right. He did exactly that, and the staff did not do any miracle. Now hear me. Why wouldn't the staff do any miracle? Listen. If you are working with somebody and your heart is not connected to the person, nothing you do for the person works. Do you know dislike is so dangerous? Hatred is so dangerous. It can disconnect you from grace and favor. Are you here or you gone home? Now, Gehazi held the staff, but the staff could not perform. The staff could not work. And sometimes, hear me, you can be a leader. Let me give you an example. You can be in an office. They employ you. You get there. You have been made a general manager of a new bank. You go and meet workers there. This is the staff you came to meet. Are you here with me? You came to meet what? Staff. Your first statement disconnected everybody from you. I'm your new boss. Who says they don't know? You want to stamp some authority in the place. Yes, you. How long have you been here? Please, I've been here for 20 years. 20? Okay. Yes, you. You've not built any relationship with them. Do you know why we men of God, when we go to a place, before we preach, we speak well about a man of God? If he is not good, we look for something good to say. Because that is the only way our heart can be connected so that we can minister. Because if our heart doesn't get connected, anything you say, God bless you, you start the whole church, everybody's. Receive, everybody. That day you think the anointing didn't come. The anointing came, but it's for only you. Because when your heart is not connected to the leader, you can never minister, use the staff. Gehazi was walking with Elisha, and yet he had his ulterior motive. Somebody comes to church. Elijah comes to give Elijah clothes, money. Elijah says, take it, I don't need it. Go. As soon as the man left, he told boss, I think I have to go to the mountain and continue the prayer topics you gave me, so I'm going to continue. And you think it's not true. People sometimes do that even at the office. As soon as a client leaves, that's when you hear one of your staff say, boss, can I urinate? This thing the boss gave you is 2,000. Let me tell you this. If I can meet you outside, this is my number. This thing we can do it for you for 1,500. Don't mind. That's what he's been doing, closing down people's business. Then boss, I heard you were looking. Hey, boss, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are laughing. It's happening now in our world. You are lying. Tell me I'm lying.
It's true. Very true.
Go to ministries. You want to do something as you are doing something. Even DVL. It's everywhere. People, they get hazy panic. Am I teaching you? If you're angry with me, I'm not angry with anybody. Can you smile to me, please? Give me a smile offering. Gehazi, as soon as Naaman left, he met her and said, my boss has changed his mind. Actually, he's embarrassed taking things from people like you. But you know, all of we have been trained and brought up. We know how to collect money. As for daddy, he doesn't really know how to take money. Sometimes that's why the birthday is not going on. We know how to collect money. Actually, he wanted you to sow a seed, but he was embarrassed. But he told me that he should bring everything and he would take it. And so the man was so happy. Naaman was so happy. He gave him everything he asked for. And then he went and hid it somewhere. And then he came back to his boss. Hey, boss, God has called you. Oh, you are a man of God. Hey, man of God, Elijah. You see, the way you serve Elisha, that is why God is using you. You know everything. You understand everything. Be careful that people give you too much fun. So a lot of it is to cover up what they are doing. Am I teaching well? Yes. Am I teaching well? Yes. Sometimes, it's true, it happens. Sometimes you can see an office, you go there, you see a reception. It has happened before. Receptionist, a guy enters, she's a lady, stops. Say, wonderful. Gives you a telephone number, the reception, and gives you. Goes to the office. 2 minutes, he works as he's working. Then, boss, I think I need to attend something outside. The client is not a girlfriend. The client is not a boyfriend. But pastor, don't we marry? Everybody has a place they meet their lover. And very soon, you have to drop zeros, subtract things, give the person things and information that the person is not supposed to know in the office. Oh, am I teaching you? Yes. Actually, you came to mommy to learn how to do bees. The bees we taught mommy. Listen, give me every Saturday evening. I'll be there to teach you. You don't buy this. I can teach you. The one you used to buy the bead bag, I can teach you how to do it for yourself. The way I look at you, you are very creative. Look at someone and say, Pastor is not talking about you. He's talking about me. So the prophet told him that, hey, Gehazi, was not my heart with you? Listen to me. Sometimes the body doesn't move. But we know, we can perceive, we can understand, though we can't explain. Elijah said to him, was not my spirit with you? No, give me the original New King James. I want the word heart. Good. Did not my heart go with you when the man turned back from his chariots to meet you? Is it the time to receive money? Let me give you an example. Who should I use as an example? Who volunteer? Who? Frank, you want me to use you? Come. I'm giving you you said I should use you. You said it too. If I ask you to wash my things, and somebody also brings you things to wash, the person is evil. Hiding power. Listen, there are some things you can get, but the time you get it is evil. You are working for me. Somebody who is my best friend just came to you and told them, see the thing you are doing for daddy, do the same thing for me. Excuse me, are you not wise to come and tell me, oh, your son is doing this for me. Can he also help me? Why have you gone behind my back to poach the person who is working for me? And this weekend I did this, and I'm telling you, if you are here and you need anybody who is working for me, then not make a mistake and tell the person to meet you at the junction. It's demonic. You don't go to somebody who's working in Bank of Ghana. Will you tell the person to leave the office and meet you, or you go there and meet the person? What kind of disrespect do you give to this office? You are quiet. And you wonder why Gehazi's spirit is in church and leprosy is on people. Leprosy is the spirit of rejection. Because when you do this, you receive the spirit of rejection, setback, and disappointment in life. And most of these ones are permanent. No amount of prayer will deliver you. You are quiet. Oh? I can give you more examples. Take your seat. You volunteered. Who else will volunteer? I've seen cases where somebody will buy me a car. Somebody will go to the person. Some people go to the person and say, hey, so you bought daddy a car. Can't you buy me some? I even asked you to buy me a shoe. You couldn't buy me a shoe. Look at me. Is it the time? Let me tell you this. Whenever you are receiving an honor and your boss, your leader, your father comes, stop receiving the honor and take the honor to the top. I've saved you. Is it true or it's not true? I've saved you. Do you know why Ruby was cursed? Ruby was cursed because the girl that his father likes, he also like. Genesis 49 verse 1. We'll come back to this scripture. Okay. Reuben! Oh, give me from Reuben. Give me Reuben. Reuben! You are a firstborn, but useless. You are firstborn today. My might! The beginning of my strength. You are excellence of dignity, excellence of power. But Reuben, you are unstable as water. You are Nomako Konde. You are something which is there. You are like this tomorrow, you are unstable as water. Because you went up to your father's bed. You defiled it. You went up to my couch. That guy didn't succeed. It took Moses to come back in Exodus of Deuteronomy chapter 33 and lay hands on him and said, let Reuben live and not die. It took another person. His father, sometimes if you can be a son or a daughter at home, biologically, and people are telling them, oh, papa, when Jimmy. And you today, some of them go to school. Who's when Jimmy? You are supposed to be angry with the person who is trying this because your father took you to school, paid your fees to make you better than him. You can't use that to insult your father. Not let his men be few. It means that nothing was producing in the man's life. Are you here? You are not here. Look, I teach you. I have taught one of my sons. He had to take car from Ghana to Nigeria to go and kneel down in front of his father. For his father to just lay hands on him and bless him. Because he said, after your teaching, I realized I need my father's blessing. I will teach you the truth. Get angry with me. One day you see me and clap for me. Listen, if even you are preaching, you are preaching, no matter the anointing on you, and your spiritual father arrives, stop the preaching and say, can you take over? If he says continue, then you continue. What are you telling me? I was in the spirit. Which spirit? Master, stop that nonsense. Oh. If you are sitting down on a chair and an elderly person comes, get up and offer him the chair. You don't know how we dishonor for us to become dishonored. And know something? Whatever you do unto the elderly, the younger ones are watching you. They will do the same to you. Teaching is not by speaking. Teaching is by principle. Acts chapter 1 verse 1. Acts chapter 1 verse 1. Read, go. The former account I made, Theophilus, of all the things that Jesus began both to do and to teach. Master, it's not just teaching, it's doing. Teaching doesn't change more people as doing. Doing changes more than teaching. So Jesus didn't just teach it, he did it. You are working with somebody, they bring money. Do you know why police would never get into trouble with the bribe? The bribe they receive, they take it to the boss straight. They share from top to low. So the one you are reporting the matter to is a beneficiary. Now when you eat alone, they will say, where from that one? Say it true. Of course. Somebody comes to the office, says, oh, you are so good. You work so hard. Take this 500 Ghana. You pocket it. And this person says, I've been working. My salary is so bad. The 500, he didn't add it to salary. What you were supposed to do is to tell the person who you work with that this is what I received. The story is told here in Ghana, I don't want to mention names, of a man of God who went to UK to go and preach. Somebody's church. And a lady was moved by the Spirit to sign a check of over 250,000 pounds for this man of God. Like somebody comes to preach and a member signs this check. And the pastor asked the lady to meet him somewhere for a special prayers. And the man of God prophesied, prayed, you will give birth, you will do this. After 2-3 years, the woman didn't give birth. The woman didn't do anything. And the woman sent it to court in UK. That a man of God told me that I should give him $250,000 to pray over. And then he will give it back to me. He didn't bring back the money. The thing came to a court in Ghana. The man was jailed. The man was jailed. You know why? He didn't have any evidence. If he had, when they gave him the money, if he had told his host that, oh, one of your members has given me this money, can you help me to say thank you? At least you have had one person as an evidence against him. When they called the other pastor to come and give evidence, he doesn't know anything about it. Pastor was so bitter. You come to my church, my member can't even give me $100, £100. They give you 250,000 pounds. You couldn't even tell me the man of God, take 10,000. What a wicked world. You be quiet. I'm talking about a man of God. He went to jail. He had a big church, over 5,000 people in. He went to jail in Ghana here. Gehazi is still in the system. He's not gone. Pastor David says he has a message you preach, Ministry of Gehazi. How do I say? Your friend introduced you to a guy. The guy has proposed to you. you are dating, you didn't even have the grace to tell him, oh, that your friend, how do you see him? No, it's me. Master, let me tell you something. Doors close sometimes. You don't even know the friend knows well. You don't even understand. There are things the person knows better than you. You see, it would have been very good if you have told that friend of yours that this your friend is saying this and that. What do you also think? Say, what if he's a bad friend? Master, he introduced the person to you. She introduced the person to you. Duty calls on you. Loyalty principles calls on you. That you must make the person know what is it. Gehazi went to hide a thing and came to his boss and said, boss. Am I a dean pal? Praising the Lord. One day, look, people work in my office. They know this. People bring me things I don't eat. If you eat, you are in trouble. Somebody brought me yam. I didn't eat. The person, when he tell everybody he has stopped church. Why have you stopped church? I gave daddy yam. He didn't eat it. How did you know I didn't eat your yam? Because you were expecting me to behave in a certain way that I didn't behave. Somebody did a cake for me. When we came here, the person used to sit around this place. I didn't eat the cake. She did it for me twice on my birthday. In it, Kaya Church will tell you, we put it in the fridge until the cake expires, then we throw it away. She also stopped church. If you ask such people, why didn't they come to church? They can't tell you what it is. I learned this from my mom. My mom was there. Pastor, if you remember, gave us an order. We shouldn't eat apapransa. The way we wanted, we were so hungry that day. My mom was in US. She called, don't eat the food. She said, hey. We didn't eat the food. In less than 5-10 minutes, the thing has changed. More. You see, if they put poison in food, you see how it becomes. Master, it is not everybody who brings things to you that is a gift. Be very wise. I went to US. My brother, my younger brother's spiritual father, heard I was in US, met me in my hotel, came to me and we had a chat. So when you come to US, we'll talk. Gave me $100 that I should take. I looked at him, $100 for me. I said, yes. I said, you said your son is, your younger brother is my son. I said, okay. I came to Ghana. My wife said she will tell you. I called my younger brother. I said, I met your spiritual father. He didn't give you anything. He gave me $100. It's for you, take. The man got angry with me that, why have I done that? Nonsense. Why shouldn't I do that? Why will you give me money? You don't know me. I expected you to give my younger brother you call a son money, not me. You want favor. I don't have it. Master, it is not every money you can chop. A lot of the sicknesses we carry is money we are not supposed to chop. Ask Gehazi. My team power. Hey, you're a beautiful girl. You work in daddy's office. Oh, take this dress. Then you are wearing it. Can we continue? Let me end. Hello? You are not here at all. Hello? Are you with me? Yes. Let me tell you, if you cannot obtain favor where you work, then it means that you always struggle to find favor outside work. Workplace is the best place to obtain favor because I said it earlier, most of your lifetime is at workplace. Can we go on? I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. Most people who obtain favor in the Bible obtained it at workplace. Joseph at workplace. True of us? Or is it true or is not true? Jacob, you mentioned at what? Another person is Ruth. Ruth had favor where she was working on the farm. Can we go on? Oh, are you here? You've gone home? Yeah. Let me tell you this. Anybody who takes your time, hear me carefully. Anybody who takes your time owes you money. Write it somewhere, quote me. If you work 8 hours a day for somebody, calculate it, it's 1/4 of your life. My car's in power. Now, so if you live to be 60 years, 1/4 of 60 years is how much? It's 15 years. And 15 years. Master, 15 years. Girl, puberty has come. So when you are working at a place, find out, am I going to be here or I'm not going to be here? If you are not going to be here for long, let it be made known immediately. You are not here. Can I hear an amen? Amen. I don't have time, so let me jump my nose. When you want to work for somebody, when you want to work at a place, know everything about the workplace. Know everything about your boss. Know everything about your leader. What he likes, who he trusts, why he trusts them. If you don't know these things, you will not survive too long in the place. After you have found out who he likes, who he trusts, the first people to move towards is not the leader. Work your way through the people he trusts. Because if the people he trusts trust you, leadership will trust you. You are quiet. Okay, let me give you an example. How many of you remember Ruth? Ruth and Naomi in the Bible. Do you know why Boaz married Ruth? Before Boaz would see Ruth, let me tell you this. The workers who were working for Boaz told, let me tell you, when Boaz came there, can I have your attention, please? Please, can I have your attention? The nose is good, but look at me. When Boaz came there, he saw a lady working. He asked, which lady is this? Guess what the people who were working said? He said, she is very hard working. She loves Naomi, the in-law, even though the woman's child is dead. And she comes to the work site early in the morning and closes very late. Now, no wonder Boaz started looking at the lady twice. Boaz started looking at the lady first because somebody gave approval. Joseph got into the palace because somebody gave approval. The only way God could give access to to Joseph to becoming a prime minister was to put him around the people that the king trusted, who disobeyed the king, and should have been put in prison. So that he will learn how not to dishonor when he's honored. You can be surrounded with traitors. But if you are not wise, you remain a traitor. Is somebody understanding me here? Now, Joseph was in prison, and the prison was full of people who have misbehaved towards the king. Are you with me? And so by that nature, they were the ones to influence him. But read your Bible very well. By the time, Joseph was the captain of the prison, he taught them what he knew. They didn't teach him what had brought them there. He was even able to prophesy on one of them to go back and become better. And the guy said, there is somebody I know in prison. Let me tell you this. Access to the top is through the access of people who have gained access. tell you this. Vashti could have still remained a queen if not for the elders who surrounded the king. Read your Bible very well. By morning, the Bible said the king missed Vashti. I was crying, bring me my wife back. And the elders who were around the king said, no. Though you miss him. What this woman did was so disrespectful and to us. The whole system will pick it up, so let her go. Do you know something? If the elders had told the king, oh, let it go, forgive, everything, Vashti will still have remained king. Let me tell you, when you get into an office, the fact that you are loved by the top doesn't mean you should throw away the people who are honored around the king, because they have paid a certain price to be there. Let me use Andrew here as an example. Years ago, they saw him staff. He didn't know what is staff. All he was doing was playing. And a lady came to the church who knew music than her. I actually saw the lady and I told them that this lady can sing. Hey! The lady can sing. True or false? Look, she can sing. Oh. No, I'm like, hey, true. The lady can sing. When she came, I said, this is your boss. Every week, report, he has done this. Hey, she has done that. He might have done that. One day I told her, listen, it's either you submit here or you disappear. And then I'll go away with my gift. You know how many churches want me? No. I said, okay, many churches want you. Disappear. She could sing that my spiritual father came down from US, saw her sing and said, she's going to pay for her to come to US and take her to American Idol. So they started the processing. Her head became so big, swelling. And he doesn't know music. I know music. I've been a choir. Let me say, loyalty is powerful than a gift. He who was there with you when you're nobody must be treasured than he who is with you because you are somebody. Because if the person knew you to be nobody, the person would not have been with you. The person is with you today because you are somebody. Can we go on? So he went. When I fight, she left and he said, we will go down, and wrote a long letter to my spiritual father in America. And my spiritual father said, I will not even reply her. I'm sending the message to you, to her, that this is what we have done, this is where we got to. If he doesn't respect you, I didn't see her because of her gift. I saw her because you gave her an opportunity to sing. If she will not accept you and stay with you, it's a sign that if she comes to America and she becomes an American Idol, she will do the same thing to me. So you remain where you are. She went to tell people, I went to pray against her, spot her connection, and went to say things against her. To be very frank, she's nowhere to be found in the music industry. She's lost. She still is a talent. But it's useless. Don't try to get to the top without going through the people who are already around the king. You won't clap. Let me tell you that, Sam, let me use as an example. Let's take that your boss decides to fire you. I'm around your boss. How long you tell him? Cool down. I'll tell him, hey, boss, calm down. But if I tell you, Brother Charles, hey, God bless you. I didn't say anything. I just said, God bless you. It is enough. You know something? We just want to please the king. That is very good. But you must also understand that even though you want, somebody, I want to just please God. You just want to please God. You will suffer on earth. Because even God has people on earth he treasures. Take your seat. When Lazarus and the rich man, I don't know if you remember that story. The rich man went to hell and the poor man went to, the poor man when he got to hell, do you remember the story? He told Abraham, can you put water in my mouth? He said, the distance between us is very far. It's okay. I'm suffering here. Can you send one of your people here to go and tell my family that this place is so bad they shouldn't come? He said, no. We have Moses and the prophets. Let them hear him. Abraham even went back to the people down there because he doesn't. Look, God is not coming down from heaven to speak to you if you not listen to man. I was teaching a friend who came to me yesterday. He said, I'm still waiting for the call of God. I said, after 25 years, after SU president, you are still waiting? He said, what do I do? And I told him what I taught you. I said, Acts chapter 9. When God met Saul, he asked him, what must I do? He said, go to the church, go to this person, and you'll be taught what you should do. Most of what you should do is in the mouth of a prophet. Let's read, go. So he's trembling, and I saw, he said, Lord, what do you want me to do? You ask, oh God, what should I do? Oh God, what should I do? Keep fasting and praying. Then the Lord said to him, arise and go into the city, and you'll be told what you must do. There are certain things God is not going to speak to you. If what a man of God, I've taught you this, said to you, it's not the means, it's the means to the end. Okay. Definitely it will bring a leading. Not in power. Higher quiet, quietest. Oh, amen? Look at him, don't jump the line. The next thing, hear me, I'm ending. Quickly admit mistakes. And accept to explain on a good day. Am I helping somebody here? You can be right now, but wrong now. Hello? I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. When your boss or your leader or your father asks you a question, quickly respond. Delay in response speaks volumes. Anytime you delay in response, it's likely you're about to lie. Where are you coming from? You are telling me you don't know where you are coming from. You are not trying to think what to tell me. Where are you coming from? If you speak the truth, you have shown character of a liar. Hey, am I teaching you Bible? And when trust is broken, it takes a long time to mend. Oh, amen? Amen. I said answer questions what? The next one. For you to work and obtain favor in the sight of your boss, always know what he wants, not what you want. Your boss is not interested in what you want. It's not part, what you want is not part of the equation. Actually, how you feel is not part of the equation. Your sentiment, your book long, is not part of the situation. What if they are going wrong? There's a time to speak, and there's a time to keep quiet. I like my foreman. One of the things I like about him, I keep saying it. I told my wife this. You tell him, why don't you do it this way? He said, yes, Daddy. I think it's true. He will leave you and then give the sign to the workers that they should continue what they are doing. After 5 minutes, when you realize you are coming, he said, Daddy, actually in construction, this line and this line, this thing, what you said, if we do it, this is what will happen. If we do this, this is what will happen. What do you think we should do? I said, I think we should do the second one. He told me his own, and he also added my own. But you tell him, I think you are wrong. That's why you're a pastor and I'm an engineer. You are trying to show me that I'm an engineer, you're a pastor, you are fired. I have my money to employ somebody else. He pretends he doesn't know. And yet he knows everything about construction. He's a civil engineer by profession. And the way you go around it, at the end of the day, do it. To know must not be applied in where you work. Hey, maybe. Now, know what your boss likes. I said, know what your boss likes. What does he like? What makes him happy? What makes her sad? What makes him dash money? What makes him become wicked? What music makes him happy? One day Sam is here. I called him and said, Sam, I'll teach you something. I said, your boss is working and schooling, right? He said, yes. And said, he comes home late after work. Yes. He said, I'm going to give you a work without salary. I don't know why you remember that day. I said, from today, when you close work, even though your boss has blessed you with a car, park the car. Take trotro and go to where your boss is at school and go and drive him home. You remember? That's how you obtain favor. Extra work. You see that your car has changed after. Because if they give you a car, you can park the car and pick trotro to service. It means if they give you an aeroplane, you can park. I said, there is a need. Your boss is going through something. He drives home late. He's so tired after so much work. If he, God forbid, if he gets an accident, he dies, God forbid, you are losing a job. Company will go down. Be smart. Park your car. If it is you. One day, it happened in this church. I was very tired. I went for a meeting. I've not had an accident before. I've driven since 1990 or so. I've not had an accident before. Till one day I was so tired. And I used the car to hit a curb. So since then, I know that tiredness can also cause you to have an accident. I've never hit anybody, never have an accident. Because me, I'm a careful driver. My two hands hold car. Yeah. Pastor Pettin told me that Pastor David, if he's in US, he will always be arrested. He said, as for you, no police will arrest you for that. My friend Philip, I also says that the way you drive, if you are in UK, the police will like you. You look straight. Pastor David, Pastor Victor, Pastor, so if they are driving you, one hand is on the steer, one hand. So I called Pastor David. Pastor David, you are also tired. I want to use somebody and employ the person to drive me. I think I need a driver. So call this person. I'm here in a very big board meeting. I'm tired. So let the person come and pick me. The person came. As soon as you're about to get to Banya, I know what the person told me. I'll drop you. I think I have to drop you so that you can drive home. I said, okay. So I removed money and gave him transport to pick a car from Banyard home. And I drove Boko Boko home. When I go home, I said, Pastor David, get me a better driver. From a meeting around Tesano or so. You couldn't even drive me. And it happened again as we gave him another chance. It happened again. And the next one he said, but you asked me. When we were going, he got to, I said, this guy, he has passed. So we passed Bayard. Take your seat. And I said, I think the way the place is very far from my house, don't you think you need to get down? So, okay, that's why we get to Malam Junction. Then I asked him, I forgot him. Did Pastor David tell you? He said, Pastor David said you are tired. He needs somebody to take you home. I said, okay. I just wanted to find out if he remembers the instruction he got. Well, when we got to Malam Junction, he got down. The rest, read the book. Can we be on our feet, please? Go to somebody and say, are you learning something? Go to 5 people and tell them, I think you must learn something.